Yo, what's up guys, MattWic here. We are back, NHL 25, with a new series idea I had thanks to a comment that I had gotten in one of the past videos. We are going to be seeing if the 2025 NHL draft class can win a Stanley Cup. Now, we'll do within 10 years for this first one, and then see where it goes. If you guys want more than 10 years, we can always do that. Let me know down in the comments below. If you think we're close, we can maybe do another 5. But we're going to do this with all of the draft classes up until 2029, just because that is the latest you can move picks with the new roster sharing, I guess, editing that they did, because now you can move draft picks. So what I did was I went with Utah for the very first one we'll do, and I swapped their entire team with Team Japan, so that way we can pretty much clear house of our entire NHL roster right off the bat. Contracts will become an issue just because we do have the salary cap on, but we'll figure that out as we go. If it just readjusts the contracts, whatever, that's fine. But what we also did was I went in, like I said, with the NHL having the roster editing now that you can trade draft picks, and I went and gave myself every single first round pick, and then a couple extra ones just so we can fill out the roster, have a couple players, and maybe take some more shots. But we do have a lot of picks to go through, so we are going to try to build the very best team with the 2025 NHL draft class. I was thinking about doing like only taking so many guys from the first round, only taking so many guys from the second, and so forth. But we can do that maybe in another video if we do want to make it a little bit more challenging. I think this is going to be challenging as it is, but we are just going to see. We're going to go ahead and try to build the very best roster we can. So let me go ahead, sim up to the draft. We'll take a look at this team and see how they do, just because I'm interested to see if they even win a game in the NHL with Team Japan. So I'll show you guys just real quick at the end of the season what our record was and whatnot, and then we'll get into the draft. I'll probably do that and won't really do it on camera, and I'll show you guys the roster afterwards, just because drafting these guys is going to take a long time. But if you do like the video idea, make sure to leave a like down below and comment your thoughts on ways we could maybe make it better for the next time. So let's get right into this, boys, and see how our first season goes. All right, to no surprise, we went 0-82. Our closest game, I believe, was against the Detroit Red Wings. It was a 4-1 finish, so I thought we were maybe going to get close there. And our highest point score was with 19 points. And then, hey, not bad, minus 78 there for Ishihara, but minus 254 for Sasaki. So yeah, these guys ain't coming back. Let's get into the draft. Let me get our team selected, and I'll see you guys at the start of the next year with our brand new 2025 NHL draft class. All right, guys, here we are, year one. Our roster is set. We have our entire team loaded up with 2025 NHL draft picks. And, I mean, looking at the roster, I think, compared to our Japanese squad that we did have, I think this roster is capable of at least winning a game. We'll see. we have some shortcomings, that's for sure, but I mean, it's not bad. It's an AHL roster playing in the NHL, so I think we might be able to get something done. Just to show you guys all here, we have the entire team is going to be our 2025 picks. I'll go through everything just to let you know I'm not joshing around with you here, but it's going to be interesting to see how they develop now that they're all in the NHL. Even our goaltenders, we were able to bring them up. Gabriel Daigle, we have here, and Joshua Ravensbergen. So let's get into it. Let's start simming. I also did, let me show you guys this as well. So like I said, I have owner mode turned off right now, so I want to give our guys the best chance possible to develop. So our NHL coaching staff is absolutely loaded. The best teachers, the best instructors that I could get my hands on. Even look at our goalie coach. He's an absolute freaking beast. So it should be pretty interesting. AHL guys, I got some decent guys. Kept our head coach around because I didn't know if I'd be able to actually pull it off with giving guys like just insane amounts of money to come and coach at spots they didn't really want to. So like pretty much our whole staff are NHL head coaches who have come to help us develop this draft class. So let's get after this. Let's go to the end of this year and see if we're able to win a game. I'm going to say over under on wins. I'm going to say 5. Maybe. Wow, absolutely smashing our expected win total of 5. We pulled out 20 wins this year, and we saw some massive growth from some guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at these lines and see this growth. I think you're going to be shocked with our goaltender. All right, so after year one, some of our biggest growers, Anton Frendel up to an 83 already. Reshny as well. I think he started as like a 70 or 71, up to a 78 overall. And the team's actually not looking too bad. I mean, after another year of development, doing some more 5v5 focus to get those awarenesses up, I think this team's going to be looking pretty solid. The defense, would have liked to see some of these guys grow a little bit more. Schaefer up to a 79, Noonan up to a 77, Gapter up to a 78. But guys, like I said, our biggest growth in net, Gabriel Daigle up from a 70 overall to an 80 overall. Now, I don't know how much this is to do with our coaching staff or if he just got an insane bump after the first year. Ravensburg only to a 67 overall. You look at the stats too, 894 save percentage, not too shabby. 395 goals against. I think our biggest win streak this year was like 2 games. I think we won back-to-back games, which was insane. We did that a couple times, and our biggest point streak was 3 games. We had 2 wins and a shootout loss. So this, I mean, it's looking like we might be a contender sooner rather than later. Contracts actually might be an issue at some point, especially once these guys get to their deals. I think I'm going to try to lock everybody up to 8-year deals, at least our top performers, and then everybody else maybe like a 4 or 5-year deal, and just get them locked up for as long as we can. Cheese the system as much as we can. But guys, let's get into the next year and see how much growth we got on this team. All right, guys, so here is the roster heading into the 2026 season, and oh my god, Anton Frendel already up to a 90 overall, Michael Misa up to an 87, Malikov here up to an 85, and Landon Staples up to an 85 as well. I gotta say, this forward group is looking nice. It's a team that, hey, maybe they can contend for a playoff spot already, just year 2 after being drafted. Schaefer, defense, leaving a little bit to be desired there, but they will grow. I'm not too upset about this. One thing I did notice as well, so I go through here, a lot of our guys' awarenesses are already really good. Jackson Smith, 68 overall. It is something there, but everybody else is looking really solid in terms of their awarenesses, so I might be able to focus on some other things this year. I did do the 5v5 focus in the first year, just because we had that super young team. We wanted to get their stuff up, and then what I've been doing in the off-season focuses is having them focus on anything but awareness, so shooting, skating, puck skills, mostly that. And then some defensive defensemen I've had focus on like physicality or whatnot. So you'll notice the physical stats are a little bit low. So maybe this year we will focus on that a little bit more if we do get pushed around a little bit. But I think this year what I'm going to do, because we do have both of our young goaltenders up, I'm going to do the goalie focus for this year, get these guys some nice growth, and then next year we'll play around with a little bit, maybe do some team bonding. But I'll show you guys this here as well. They'd get done editing the rosters there. But we did go ahead, nope, not a science scout, went a little bit too low. Coaching staff, our coaching budget is more than our actual team is if you take out the 3 guys that I just signed for near max contracts, so we can meet the salary cap floor, $41 million. But hey, our NHL team is getting the growth they need with these guys. Everybody has A teaching. Aubrey here is the only guy that does not with B. Wait, let me look at this again. Okay, oh no, it's sorted a little bit weird there. So let me go back through here. There we go, NHL. So Aubrey, our head coach, our other Schaefer, our other forward guy, everybody else A+, even our AHL staff, because we do have a couple guys that are down in the AHL right now who are possible fill-ins for guys that maybe don't develop a little bit. So let's get through this season. I mean, we might be able to contend for a playoff spot this year, guys. I'm not putting it out of the question. Where are we at? We're in the Central Division. Hey, a little bit weaker maybe, so we might be able to work our way in there. Let's get to the end of the season and see where we sit. Wowie, boys, look at that. The Mad Lads from the 2025 draft have done it. They have qualified for a playoff spot in just their 2nd year of being in the league. We would have actually made it in the playoffs in every single division. Maybe not from the Metro, because I don't know if a tiebreaker would have came into play. They still have another game to play, do the Penguins, but holy crap. Well, we would have made it in the wild card there. So even in the East, we would have made it into the fucking Stanley Cup playoffs. Absolutely insane. Let's take a look at our roster and see who got us here. So some insane growth from Anton Frendel, developing his X Factor and all his superstar abilities. 93 overall, led the way, 21 goals, 55 assists. Michael Misa, 20 goals and 50 assists, minus 15, but it does not matter. Oleg Malakov, 25 goals, 40 assists for him, 155 penalty minutes as well, so he's really scrapping it up at just 19 years old. Landon Staples is a nice surprise for us, 34 goals for him, 39 assists for Porter Marone, this is huge too, guys, because a lot of these guys are going to be hitting their goals for what they're trying to accomplish and get those extra little bumps. Looking at the defense too, you'd be surprised that we even made the playoffs with these guys. Matthew Schaefer at a +7, 22 assists for him. Noonan, 12 goals and a +8, minus 32 for I'm not even going to try to say that name. Minus 29 for Colby Gapter, minus 10 for Jackson Smith. Actually not too shabby for only a 74 overall playing there. And then Luka Radovocevic, 76 overall at a ± of 0. And a big reason for the bump, obviously Frendel, Misa, Malakov, that first line, Staples as well is nasty. How about our goaltender Gabriel Daigle jumping from a 70 overall to a 90 overall in just 2 years? Absolutely insane. I think a lot of this probably has to do with the coaching staff, but maybe these guys getting all this playtime early on is a big factor in them getting the development as well. Jack Ivanovic, 81 overall as well. I think what he came out as like a 67 overall, so absolutely insane. Let's take a look at the AHL squad real quick. I'll show you. Like I said, we do have a couple guys. I believe all of our top 9 here are drafted players as well, so just in case if we do lose anybody, we have some fill-ins. I believe our defense, besides Lamoureux, is all drafted as well. Maybe Hedin too. Nope, he's a drafted boy too. And we do have our some of our Japanese heritage left over with Keaton Matsumoto down there. But let's get into the playoffs. We're just going to do the quick game-by-game sim, see how far we can get, and we'll probably end the video there. So guys, make sure to leave a like below because this has been absolutely insane. Is this what you kind of expected? I know it's a lot of first-round picks, but I did toss a lot of guys in there as well who were going to be later picks. I was looking at some skill assessments and whatnot. But is this kind of what you expected from this team, or is this development a little bit bonkers? All right, here it is, our first round matchup against the Dallas Stars. They don't know what they got coming for them. Let's go 3 games in, see if we can get our first playoff win with the group. Obviously, when you have a 90 overall goaltender, it makes things a little bit easier. OT loss there. No! If we're going to go out, at least be bad. All right, 3-1 loss there. Can we at least win a game? Please don't just sweep us out of the playoffs. 5-2 win. Let's go, boys. Big one there. Let's go game by game now. We are fighting for our lives. We're at home. Come on, don't disappoint the fans. No, 3-0. All right, come on, let's go. Don't get swept. Don't get eliminated. Keep it one more game. Yes, 7-3. All right, the boys are cooking. The boys are cooking. We're coming back. Get it to a game 7, and we'll jump in there for it. Oh, OT loss against the Dallas Stars in the very first round. Well, it is disappointing, but we did get our first taste of the playoffs. The boys, they know what to expect now. We're only gonna get better, so it's gonna be insane to see what the next season holds for us. But guys, if you think you're gonna enjoy this series, definitely leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more of this. We'll get the next couple of years, maybe 3 or 4 years in next episode, and then we'll keep this rolling. And then definitely, like I said, leave your comments below on did you think this is how good this team would be this fast? I certainly am surprised, but I mean, with a whole team of a lot of first round picks, I mean, you really shouldn't be too surprised. But I think it's going to make for a fun series. We'll compare and see what draft class can win faster. Obviously, that 26 draft class is kind of insane with Gavin McKenna being medium franchise, so I can only imagine how fast our team would be improving if we had a franchise potential player. But that's the end of this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.